So, liebe Leute von heute, herzlich willkommen zurück hier bei Honkai Star Rail für die PlayStation 5, wo, wie ihr eben ja gesehen habt, es sich ja wieder mal was getan hat. Okay, ich habe eben ja bloß, Trailblaze-Stufe gezeigt, aber was hat sich ansonsten getan? Außer, dass unsere Trailblaze-Stufe jetzt bei 25 ist, wir kurz vor Level 26 stehen. Und dass wir jetzt, 13 Sonderfahrscheine haben. Ja, genau das hat sich jetzt getan. Wir haben Trailblaze Stufe 25 erreicht. Ich habe 800 Edelsteine gekriegt. Also 800 Stellariade. Die habe ich dann, umgetauscht in Fahrscheine. So zwischendurch, auch nochmal hier und dort ein bisschen umgetauscht zu Fahrschein. Dann haben wir jetzt sowieso, auch 14 normale Fahrscheine. Ist natürlich auch nicht schlecht. Und ja. Des Weiteren sind wir jetzt natürlich ja auch in der Lage, endlich mit der Hauptstory weiterzumachen. Aber bevor wir das jetzt machen werden, bevor wir dann die Reinigung in der Dunkelheit da draußen, in der heißen Morgensonne, starten werden, habe ich jetzt hier noch wirklich einige neue Nachrichten hier auch noch. Also würde ich mal sagen, beantworten wir erstmal ein paar. 7. März. Bist du da? Du kannst Pompom nicht finden? Nein. Das ist beängstigend. Ich kann mir den Express ohne Pompom gar nicht mehr vorstellen. Warte, warum stellst du so eine Frage? Ich frage mich nur, was du da tust. Ich erledige Aufträge. Wow, du bist so vorausschauend. Phantomat ist ein qualifiziertes Mitglied der Namenlosen. Danke. Wenn du lustige Aufträge von hast, vergiss mich nicht zu informieren. Vergiss nicht, mich zu informieren, klar. Gut. So, weißt du, was eine reiche Denkweise ist? Willst du etwas über die reiche Denkweise wissen? Was ist denn eine reiche Denkweise? Willst du mich das wirklich fragen, Asta? Gute Antwort. Kann ich davon einen Screenshot haben? Ich mach deinen Namen unkenntlich. Du wirst keine Schwierigkeiten bekommen. Kann ich diese Nachricht noch einmal aufrufen? Ist in Ordnung, es ist keine große Sache. Leider wurde ich wieder dazu eingeladen, ein gestreamtes Seminar zu geben. Das Thema diesmal ist Spitzengespräch. Eine reiche Denkweise wird deine finanziellen Ansichten ändern und deine... Hey! Und deine Meinung über Wohlstand verbessern. Ich muss sie davon überzeugen, dass das Thema super langweilig ist. Wer würde sich sowas ansehen wollen? Tja, ich würde eher einem Roboter beim Essen ausliefern zuschauen. Ha, das ist wahr. Macht es dir was, wenn ich noch einen Screenshot mache? Gut, Mission abgeschlossen. So, mal sehen. Jetzt beantworten wir mal die Frage von Hertha. Dieses Konto ist deaktiviert. Geschäftskontakt Asta. Hallo? Ich brauche dich für etwas. Antworte, wenn du das liest. Ich bin hier. Was gibt's? Geht's um die Universumsimulation oder um die Raumstation? Automatische Antwort. Hi, ich bin momentan nicht verfügbar und ich werde mich auch nicht später bei dir melden. Keine Sorge, es ist alles geregelt. Ja. Kleine technische Probleme. Tja, dann beantworten jetzt die Frage von Alan. Hallo Phantomat, hast du Zeit? Ich habe dir immer noch nicht für deine Hilfe gedankt, als wir uns das erste Mal getroffen haben. Ach, du übertreibst. Du übertreibst, es war doch nichts. Wenn ihr mich nicht gefunden hättet, hätte ich nicht überlebt. Ich danke, dass ihr mich im Überwachungsraum gerettet und mich in Sicherheit gebracht habt. Hast du Zeit, zur Basiszone zu kommen? Ich habe ein Geschenk, das ich dir geben will. Du übertreibst. Ein Geschenk? Ich habe gar nichts für dich. Keine Sorge, ist nur eine Kleinigkeit. Ich warte auf dich. Mentale Punklord? Okay, ich würde mal sagen, das langt jetzt aktuell erst einmal. Wenn wir ja sowieso erstmal hier mit der aktuellen Mission durch sind, was so viel bedeutet, wenn wir dann sowieso jetzt erstmal hier fertig sind mit dem Auftrag auf Jarilo 6, werden wir dann sowieso Moment, ich glaube, ich habe hier irgendwas vergessen jetzt. Ach nee, die Aufträge laufen noch. Aber gut, wir sind auf Level 25. Wir können jetzt, sag endlich an die Oberfläche. Und haben wir das dann sowieso erstmal geschafft, habe ich dann jetzt sowieso, sag noch einige interessante Nebengeschichten zu absolvieren. Begleitermission. Wird auf jeden Fall für uns jetzt nicht allzu schlecht sein. Würde ich mal sagen.
Well, my friends, are you ready to head out?
Ja, los
Wonderful.
geht's!
Remember to bring enough food and drink to refuel on the way. We have a lot of steps to climb.
Mother, I have returned.
Bronya, I thought I'd lost you. Where were you? Are you hurt? I'll fetch the butler right away.
No, there's no need. I don't want to see Sebas right now. Sorry, Mother. I'm fine, really. I just got into a few skirmishes down in the underworld, but nothing I couldn't handle.
The underworld. Oh, I see. In that case, report everything you saw. Commander Bronya.
After the failed pursuit at Backwater Pass, the wanted outsiders and I were somehow taken to the underworld. Because of the difficult situation we were in, we formed a temporary alliance to help the residents of the underworld resolve a few issues of survival. We also defeated an ancient robot known as Svarog and learned some truths about the Stellaron.
I'm listening. Go on.
Madam Cocolia, it is my firm belief that the visitors from beyond the sky are not the villains we had imagined before. I witnessed them take up arms in the name of justice and risk their lives for the sake of others. I can also ascertain that they did come for the Stellaron, but only to relieve the disaster it has brought upon Belobog. Mother, you've always known the truth about the Stellaron, haven't you? Well, the responsibility of bearing that truth will fall upon me one day. Such is the burden of being Guardian, to carry these secrets for eternity. So, I ask you to forgive my defiance, but I believe that the order to dispatch the outsiders was a mistake. To solve the problems brought on by the Stellaron, the architects waited hundreds of years. And those outsiders may be the...
Enough!
What?
Arrogant. Ignorant. Oh, you disappoint me, Bronya. You merely glimpsed the tip of the iceberg, and now you think you know everything. You spend a short time with that underworld scum, and suddenly you have the audacity to question my orders? Guards! Take Bronya.
They are not scum. My entire life, everything you ever kept from me. I remember it clearly now. This time I am standing my ground, Madam Guardian. And please, stop dismissing me with vague excuses. Tell me what you have seen. What exactly it is you are hiding. Why do you send the Silvermane guards to die in the Fragmentum? Why have you abandoned the people of the underworld? And why? Why did you have that sudden change of mind?
I see. I knew this moment would come sooner or later. I just Didn't expect it would be so soon. You want to know why I gave those orders? Is that right? Do you believe you're ready to learn the truth?
Yes. I am ready. Mother.
Then come with me, Bronya. It is time you heard it. The voice of this dying world.
Ich denke mal, das ist schon mal jetzt der Auftakt zum Finale. Eine andere Frage ist jetzt natürlich, wo kommen wir hier gleich raus? Ach so.
I forgot what fresh air tasted like.
Tja, wohin gehen wir jetzt?
I haven't finished yet. All right, let's go. Where's our next stop? We should find somewhere to put our feet up. As long as it's not Goethe Hotel again.
Classic unreliable Sampo. He probably guessed we'd ask where his hiding place was. No sooner are we back in the administrative district than he sneaks off.
Also, wenn ich mich jetzt, noch richtig dran erinnere, was jetzt schon eine ganze Weile her ist, würde ich jetzt, mal meinen, wir sollten erstmal die Geschwister Landau aufsuchen, also Serval und Gepard. Wir haben ja immer noch einen Brief zuzustellen, der uns dabei helfen wird, die Situation hier zu klären. Abgesehen davon müssen wir jetzt anscheinend auch noch Kukulia und Bronya finden. Und aufgrund der Karte, die wir ja sowieso ja haben von dieser Welt, glaube ich, dass wir zur oberen rechten Ecke anscheinend hin müssen. Also. Ja, wahre Freunde erkennt man in der Not, finden wir Landau.
Thrower the sis. If you're talking about Gepard, we should be careful. He's a top Silvermane guard. He'd probably get a medal for every one of us he brought in. Dan Heng, what do you think?
I think it'd be best to pay a visit to Serval Landau.
So, you think we should avoid Gepard for the time being, right?
He's an elite officer of the Silvermane Guards. It wouldn't be easy to get to him. Besides, if he hasn't been persuaded by Bronya's letter, we'd be walking right into the lion's den.
Makes sense. Guess we better head over to Serval's workshop then?
But we must keep a low profile. We're still wanted fugitives.
What's wrong, Zila?
Nothing. It's just a little new. The last time I was on the surface, I was still a child. I have no memory of any of this. The overworld and the underworld. We've been cut off for so long. I'm okay. Let's go. There are so many
Okay,
Silvermane
auf
guards
geht
on
es.
patrol. Is it usually like this?
No. I don't remember the security being this tight last time. Might have something to do with us. The Supreme Guardian has probably learned of our arrival already. Bronya.
Also egal in welchem Videospiel, man kriegt niemals ein gutes man kriegt niemals einen guten Steckbrief von uns hin. Tja, hier ist ein ausdrucksstarkes, schonungsloses Porträt. Oder besser gesagt ein Steckbrief. Die abgebildete Person ist überwiegend grau-weiß, androgyn und blickt dich mit dem Ausdruck lauwarmer Leblosigkeit direkt an. An der Hand, die einen Baseballschläger hält, erkennt man sofort, wer gemeint ist. Du beschließt, das Bild zu entfernen, Belebok zuliebe und dir selbst zuliebe. Also ernsthaft. Man kann uns auch ein bisschen besser zeichnen. Ich hätte jetzt gedacht, wir werden, sagst du, an sich ja entdeckt von den Wachen.
Shop's closed today. You'll have to come back tomorrow.
Ein großer Kunde mit richtig tiefen Taschen.
Not interested. I need
Verdammt.
Paul. We came past here before and helped you fix a few things. Remember?
What? Ah, I remember. The three outsiders. Wait, why are you still strolling around the city? Do you know the Silvermane guards are looking all over for you? Quick, act natural and get inside. Don't get spotted.
Alright, you'll be safe here. My workshop has pretty good soundproofing and barely anyone comes in. Just what crime did you commit exactly? They recalled a bunch of guards from the front line to track you down. It's unprecedented. Now they're patrolling the whole city and everyone's in a panic.
Oh, we just...
Not yet, March. Bronya said we could trust you completely.
You mean to say you don't trust me completely? Good. That's smart of you. But you needn't worry. Cocolia and I aren't even on speaking terms. It was her that ejected me from the Architects. I refuse to stand with her. I don't believe you guys would do anything bad. And the Architects are gonna need conclusive and publicly available evidence for me to think otherwise. Besides, I know the Architects, and if they did have any evidence, they would have released it by now. I know Cocolia's style. Get everyone into a frenzy first. Most people in a frenzy don't stop to ponder the details.
Okay. Kennst du Cocolia gut?
You could say that. We were like sisters once, inseparable. Of course, that was all before she became the Supreme Guardian. These days, I just spend my time fixing things in this workshop and playing music. It's a pretty carefree existence. If I'm not careful, I'll start boring you all with sob stories from the past. Let's get back to you guys. If long-lost Bronya told you to come here, you must have something important to tell me. You can trust me. I know our paths have only crossed once before, but my intuition tells me you guys are good people. And I've got good intuition, by the way.
Gut, wir können dann wohl gleich die ganze Geschichte erzählen.
Ooh, I'm the best storyteller. Let me.
Try not to embellish the facts.
Ihr erzählt selber, was ihr in der Unterwelt erlebt habt und was ihr über das Stellaron wisst. Ihr gebt ihr aus dem Bronyas Brief.
So that's what's been happening. No wonder we hadn't heard from Bronya recently. After all these years in isolation and without a single word from below, this is what's become of the underworld? I believe you. There's no way you could have invented all those twists and turns. What's more, we have Miss Seele here as living proof. As for the Stellaron, I know why Bronya got you to find me. When I was still one of the Architects working in the Scientific Research Division, I was researching the Stellaron. I never thought I'd hear that word again after being expelled by the Architects. Come on, I'll tell you everything.
Ja, dann erzähl mal bitte weiter.
Only a very few people in Belobog know of the existence of the Stellaron. Those that do would never associate it with the Fragmentum or Eternal Freeze. But according to the data recorded in that robot, Svarog, the Architects dug out the truth long ago. The research results were purposely hidden away to ensure that the outside world would never know of them. Just my luck. Out of all the research topics I could have chosen, I insisted on the Stellaron. It's clear now that anyone who wanted to get closer to the truth would have been expelled or abandoned. Maybe I should be thanking Cocolia. All she did was push me out. She could have decided to take a more permanent measure.
Okay, wie viel weißt du über das
I
Stellaron?
figured out that the Stellaron and the Fragmentum were linked, so I was already close to the truth. It's a shame that the Architects ejected me before I could discover that the source of the Fragmentum was the Stellaron itself.
Before I lost my position, I was applying for permission to survey the Stellaron directly. It was my research topic, but I'd never even set eyes on it. My research was all based on historical data and lab simulations. Not long after I submitted my preliminary report and application, I received my punishment. It was obvious that somebody didn't want my research to continue.
Gut, weißt du, was Kokolias Ziel ist?
Cocolia... It's been so many years since we last spoke. We were great friends once. There was nothing we wouldn't share. She became a completely different person when she took on the Supreme Guardianship. The convictions she once held, her enthusiasm... It was like they were drawn out of her by some mysterious force. She gave the order to expel me herself and refused to see me. I never understood that behavior, and I gave up trying to use logic to work it out a long time ago. Sometimes I even wonder whether she really did become a different person. Is that possible? Perhaps there's a single guardian consciousness that gets handed down from generation to generation, and the real Cocolia has already vanished. Is she being compelled by previous generations of guardians to make such baffling decisions? Who knows? But this might make for good songwriting material.
Okay, können wir dann vielleicht mit deinem Bruder sprechen, Gepard?
Gepard? Not a chance. He's a decent guy, but also famously uncompromising. For my brother, orders are more important than anything. Even if you stuck Bronya's letter to his forehead, he wouldn't be swayed. You need to choose your words carefully if you want to persuade him of something. It might be best if I talk to him. Though, I'd need a strategy first.
Naja, das ist auf jeden Fall die bessere Idee, als wenn ich mit ihm reden würde. Ihr habt ja alle gesehen, was mit der Unterhaltung bei Svarog geschehen ist. Kein so gutes Ende. Aber jetzt, mal zum Ende mit der Befragung hier. Weißt du, wo das Stellaron ist?
I never observed it directly, but I used lab simulations and outbound surveys to establish a rough location. According to the survey results, the Stellaron is likely to the north of Belobog, somewhere in the vast snow plains.
We must locate it as soon as possible, ideally before Cocolia takes action. Can you tell us the way?
Klar. Oben rechts auf der Karte.
Not a problem. I was thinking the same thing. But I'm afraid telling you might not be enough. The area to the north of Belobog has been more or less swallowed up by the Fragmentum. If you want to get to the northern snow plains, you'll need to get past the Silvermane Guard restricted zone on the front lines first. Even if you get past the restricted zone in one piece, you'll have a whole heap of Fragmentum to deal with.
Tja, das Sperrgebiet der Silbermähnwache.
That's where the main force of the Silvermane Guards is stationed. They've consolidated their position there in order to resist the encroaching Fragmentum.
It sounds like the three of us and Zila might not be enough. Why don't we go back underground and get Wildfire to come with us?
I fear we may not have the time.
Hey, enough pessimism. Back in my official capacity days, I spent a lot of time in the north. I got to know the soldiers and officers on the front line very well. This calls for brainwaves, not brawn waves. How about I take you over myself?
Really? Great! Phew. It's less scary if someone you know is leading the way.
I want to see the Stellaron too, you know. It was my research topic for over a decade. You don't get that many decades in life. That's settled then. There's no time to lose. We should head out as soon as you're ready.
Also sie tut ja geradezu, als hätten wir hier nun wirklich immer noch irgendwas zu tun. Aber gut, wir legen los.
Darn it! I forgot my brother said he'd be around today. Find somewhere to hide, quick! I'll handle him. Japard! It's you! I didn't think you'd have the time to visit with things so tense on the front line.
Things are manageable. The latest wave of monster attacks has slowed. I'm back in the city to take care of a few matters, but I'll be back on the front line later. I thought I told you.
Ah! Oh, yes. That's right.
Sis, you look a bit pale. Did something happen?
No. Why would anything have happened?
You don't normally use my full name.
You said you hate it when I call you bro in public. Well, I agree. It'd sound better if I started using your full name. Right, Brosif?
You can call me whatever you like. Look, Serval, I'm here on official business today. There's something wrong with the barrier generator device, and the engineers in our unit don't know how to fix it. I need you to take a look.
Those guys can't think outside the box. Of course they can't wrap their heads around my design. I thought it was something big. Leave it here. I'll take a look.
Sorry to trouble you.
Why are you being so polite? Oh, and why is the city under curfew all of a sudden? Has something happened?
I've been instructed to keep it quiet.
Lil Jeppy. So grown up now, looking down on his civilian sister.
Don't say that. Forget it. If I don't tell you, Pela will. Last night, Lady Bronya suddenly appeared. She entered Klepoth Fort without saying anything to anyone. The Supreme Guardian is worried that the 3 intruders may have followed Bronya out of the Fragmentum and back into the administrative district. She issued a curfew for the entire city and ordered us to pursue and capture any suspicious individuals.
Ah, so that's how it is. No wonder I haven't heard from Bronya. Is she all right?
I'm not sure. She hasn't left Klepoth Fort. The Supreme Guardian just said she'd returned. Nothing more.
Well, I was sure worried about her. After she disappeared, Pela's workload doubled. She said she barely had time to go out.
She really does tell you everything. Oh, by the way, I left my Goethe Hotel limited edition flask behind last time I was here. Let me have a look for it. I think I left it over...
Wait!
What is it? You seem pretty off today, Serval.
It's, right. You remember how you neglected all those flowers to death? I piled them all over there during a bit of spring cleaning, and now they smell terrible. So, don't go over there.
Seems like a strange reason not to take a look. Plus, am I supposed to believe you were spring cleaning? You must be up to more forbidden research.
Am not! How dare you! What do you take your sister for?
Never mind. This is your space, and I shouldn't intrude. I've got business to take care of. Bye for now.
Hey, wait a sec. Those intruders. I wanted to ask, what crime have they committed?
They're plotting to overthrow the architects and bring harm to the city.
Huh. Reminds me of the accusations against me. Cocolia's methods haven't changed.
Don't say that, Serval. I know that you're still nursing a grievance against the Supreme Guardian. But this isn't a joking matter.
You're telling me off again? Fine. Whatever, bro. You better be going. Come listen to Pela in my next rehearsal.
I will, if I have the time.
The coast is clear. You can come out now.
Na gut, dann legen wir jetzt los.
Phew, I nearly suffocated. What kind of plot device was that?
I almost lost my cool when he went for his flask.
This is bad. Bronya's in danger. We have to go save her.
Attempting to storm Klipoth Fort by ourselves? Forget it, Zila. I don't care how skilled you are, I'm not sending you on a suicide mission. Rest assured, Cocolia may have changed over the years, but she never hurt Bronya. I'm certain of that.
You sound like Bronya herself. I don't get it. You guys are against Cocolia, and yet in some ways, you seem to trust her completely.
Geht Gepard in das Sperrgebiet der Silberminenwache?
He said he needs to take care of a few matters in the city first. If we're fast enough, we can stay out of his way. Come on, let's go to the restricted zone. If we can get ahead of the curve and find the Stellaron, Cocolia will be out of options.
Na gut, auf ein neues! Auf ins Sperrgebiet!